Hey everybody and welcome. It's Saturday, Sunday, one of the two. What is it? Sunday now? Sunday. And the second snapshot came out right after I finished recording this original snapshot overview. So I decided to scrap what I did because one, I missed some stuff. Two, I didn't really like the way it turned out. So we're going to go ahead and do this again. And you can see I am standing on just some of the stuff that is new in the latest version. I'll probably include links to Mr. M. Fretwell's overview and Paul Soares Jr.'s because they definitely cover things in better detail, maybe. But I figured I'd throw my 2 cents worth in and just kind of give people an idea of what's come out, what's expected to happen, and see how that goes. First and foremost, there are several new items, as you see on the wall below me and kind of to my right, to your left. New fish, new plants, new enchantments, new potions. There's also been some changes. There's lots of changes under the hood, so to speak, of the game. Lots of code change, lots of terrain changes. And if you look back there, you'll see one of them peeking out through the top of the trees. So probably the biggest thing that's changed is the terrain generator. There are new biomes, there are changes to existing biomes, and it should make more sense is essentially what should happen now. You would often find a taiga right next to a desert or jungle or something along those lines, and now it should generate better, and there's one of the variations up there. We'll get into detail on that soon enough. But first and foremost, as you see, I've done some work here. You're gonna look up here. You got some new fish. You've got a clownfish, you've got a pufferfish, you've got salmon, cooked salmon, and then of course the old standbys. I don't know what the purpose of this fish is. You could probably check the wiki for more on that, but the purpose behind this guy is related to that. And then this seems to just serve the same purposes of the original fish. And then of course we've got sunflowers and more flowers, tulips, roses, all kinds of neat stuff in here. Tall grass, two block high grass now, and bigger ferns. These are now dandelions. Are not just little yellow flowers, they actually have a name. Those are poppies. And then these two guys are the new enchantments. I'll get into those in just a second. They involve the fishing rod because they decided to make fishing more of an adventure. And you can see right here, here's an example of the grass. There's the original grass, there's a new grass. Original, new. Original, new. And let's see, we've got some flowers up here. Yep. So these are scattered about, and there's actually variations in the biomes that contain these flowers. Like I've seen sunflower plains, I've seen flower forest, and then of course this mushroom forest, which contains a bunch of these big mushrooms just blooming in the trees. And the new biomes are probably my favorite part. This is the thing, and yes, my render distance is turned down too short. I'm sorry, but I just can't handle it. One day. And since I can't use Optifine with the snapshots, yeah, you get what I'm going at with this. So ignore the fact that normally I would have clouds showing and all that, but so on and so forth. Here's a new variation. The extreme hills will have snow on the top of the hills. Taiga, the spruce pine will not always have snow involved with them. They will sometimes have no snow. And in a minute, I'm going to switch over to another world and show you a different variation. There's several new biomes, and I can't possibly show every single one of them. If you go to Paul Soares Jr.'s video, you'll see the mesa. If you go to Mr. Fretwell's, you'll see the savanna. I have the mushroom one back there, and I've also discovered one of the new, for some people, exciting variations of the taiga. It's called a mega taiga. So we'll get into that in just a moment. Before we move on to the other biomes, though, There's changes to the weighted pressure plates that I honestly didn't even bother to look at because I don't use them to begin with, so they're really not relevant to me. What do I have in here? Oh, the fishing. The enchantments are nice. Now you can enchant fishing rods, which is one of the new things. You can take a fishing rod, you can take you can get one of these enchantments. You can get unbreaking on these fishing rods now. Luck of the Sea, Lure are the two new enchantments, and basically what can happen now is when you go fishing, there's the potential that you will dig up some treasure or something else unexpected. So we're going to throw this in. Fishing has been modified. There's supposed to be a swirl that you see. In fact, I can vaguely see it in the water there. There's a little bit of a swirl, and yep, I just got a regular fish. Essentially, what you're supposed to have happen, there's a chance that you could pull up treasure with the fishing now. You could pull up different fish. There's a lot of stuff that can happen now, and they've tried to spice up fishing a little bit because people just weren't fishing. I mean, the only purpose you really had for the fish, yeah, you could use the cooked fish for food, but other than that, it was just for taming ocelots. And with the way cats die in this game, that really wasn't proving to be worth it. So they've tried to spice up the fishing mechanic a little bit, make it a little more exciting, give you more reasons to fish, and this should do a little bit of it, but I've found that it's still very hit and miss, and as you see, not a whole lot going on. Hey Piggy. Batty, what are you doing up here? So yeah, that was a dud of a demonstration, wasn't it? In any case, you can pull up treasure, you can pull up junk. There's a lot of things that can happen now when you fish in the game. The various fish I've gone over before, but this one is the important one because you can use it to get these little guys. And what are these little guys? Well, go down to the bottom of your list right here. Water breathing. And Pulsars Jr. actually does a very excellent demonstration on the effects of water breathing by using a potion on himself and throwing a splash potion on his cat, and then affixing his cat to a fence post underwater and leaving it there for several minutes. Cats are notorious for drowning, as are dogs. This could alleviate that problem, especially if you intend to travel. Pretty cool stuff. Sunflowers, something to know about them, they always face the east. So if you're wandering around on in the map and you come across sunflowers and you're not entirely sure which way you're going, well, the sunflower will tell you which way east is, so that'll help you out some. Other tweaks, I know the second snapshot fixed a lot of bugs. There were lots and lots of stuff that happened with this game. There are new settings. Achievements are now world specific. There are better ways to keep track of statistics for map makers. Options have an overhaul, difficulties up here, but now we have music and sounds in their own little sub menu. So you can go ahead and use this as the master volume. You control music, weather, enemy mobs, other players, jukeboxes, and note blocks, which I know some people have wanted for a while. Blocks and environment can be tuned. Friendly animals. So excuse me. Basically, this will help people who are recording a lot because you can turn down certain things and turn up other things, so on and so forth. Nothing really too crazy here. Resource packs are going to be different. You can now combine, if you have a resource texture pack along with a sound pack, you can now throw them in here and use them together. And every resource pack will show over on this side. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same as before. Just waiting for it now because I didn't realize that was going to happen. And then there's this. Yeah, not really sure what the point of that is, but you know, it's there. Okay. There's a new button for sprinting if you so choose to use it, you can now hit control, which is kind of awkward for me. But if you don't like double tapping the W key to run, then this will help you out. You can now run with that. I'm not really crazy about it, but that's just because I can't really reach it. But you could always remap it, so I guess having it there makes it easier for you to map it out and use it in however you see fit. Let's see what else off the top of my head. It's just I think the biome changes are the biggest thing. So I'm gonna go and head over to one of the new areas, and I will be right back. In the meantime, go ahead and enjoy another derping with Red moment. Stay tuned.
Derping with Red. Woo! Perfect.
I just don't think that's natural.
I hope you're recording this.
I sure am.
Whee!
Whoa, that was weird. It just like went backwards. Oh, the 360? Yeah, that's totally what horses do. Oh gosh.
360 no scope.
Whoa, I'm getting dizzy here.
You think you're getting dizzy? I'm the one on the horse.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cameraman is not drunk. The horse is. It's pretty nimble.
Whoa!
And off he goes.
Yeah.
The dismount ends this session. Alright, and we're back. And hope you enjoyed that little moment. I'm sure you did. This is one of the things that people have been excited about, is that right down there. You've got mossy cobble sitting in an area of interesting dirt generation. And you've got that kind of dirt, you've got the grassless dirt, and we've got this stuff right here, which I'm not, oh thanks, I forgot I hadn't taken it. This podzol dirt is now part of this, and look at some of these trees. This is one of the things that has gotten people, well, has made people really excited, and that's this terrain is like, this is something you haven't seen before. I mean, look at this tree. This is an adventurer's dream to see something like this. I mean, there's a variety of landscapes. I mean, this is right next to a jungle, so I'm not really sure how much sense this makes, but this is for people who like to decorate with mossy cobble. This stuff is all over the place, as you can see, and it kind of gives you the feel that this is a really old environment. Just an old, ruined kind of area. I mean, this dirt even kind of makes it feel like it's abandoned and old and so forth. So this is one of the new variations on the biomes. This is a mega taiga, and it kind of butts alongside a regular snowless taiga, which is right up against a jungle biome. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So I mean, if you need wood, this is the place to go. So we're gonna see if we can find any more real quick, and then I will meet you back at the original setup spot. So stay tuned once again. All right, another thing worth mentioning, because this is something that has come up. There's a decent debate actually over this. Oceans have been shrunk. They will no longer exceed 3,000 blocks, and I know that one of the issues that sometimes people would have is they'd hit an ocean while exploring, and they would just go on and on and on and on and on, and there'd be no end to the ocean, and you would just travel until you were, well, excuse me for saying this, blue in the face. They've been limited now, so, and now they also have deep oceans, which go way down. I mean, this is much deeper than previous oceans have been, so it definitely adds a little something, and it probably would make, I would have to think, it would make caving a little bit more of an adventure. But yeah, they definitely aren't nearly as big as and as in all-encompassing as they once were. And so for people like me who like to go out and explore and don't want to spend an eternity going across the ocean, that's actually a nice thing. So it was really good to see them make that change. But I'm going to travel along a little bit further and see where this goes, and I will be right back. Alright, we are back here, and I think that's going to about wrap it up. It's a brief overview of some of the stuff. New biomes being added is the biggest change to the game. Some other tweaks, the decorations and the variations in the original biomes and so forth. But it's going to be real exciting, and it makes, I think it's gotten a lot of people more excited for 1.7 when it comes down the bend in a couple of months. More so than recent updates, because this is more geared towards the adventurers out there. I know Paul has mentioned a couple of times that he's exceptionally excited for the update because this is right up his alley. There's also stuff involving command blocks and other such things, but again, you can find out that information from Mr. M. Fretwell if you so wish to find out about that. So, as I mentioned earlier, I will link to Mr. M. Fretwell and Paul Soares Jr. so you can check out their snapshots and see anything that I didn't cover, which I'm just giving you the bare bones. These are the most noticeable things that you will notice, and I'm looking forward to it. So, we can't wait for it to come out, and we will see you again when the next snapshot comes around, if it has significant changes. If it's just minor stuff, then I won't do another overview, but if there are some major things added or taken out, we will go ahead and discuss those. So, thank you for watching. I will see you all next time. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.